stable, a fight that's very important for British boxing as well. We talk about great young talents in Ben Whittaker. The man to my right, Cameron Vuong, is another young fighter with extraordinary talents. And we saw him progress very quickly in the pro ranks, and before too long came up very quickly in his career against the man to my left, former British champion, European champion Gavin Gwynne. It was a very close run fight, a fight that I believe could have gone either way, but ultimately a fight that left us with a lot of controversy. Now we run it back. Gavin's been patiently waiting. Cameron had the chance to go and beat Jordan Flynn and progress, but now we get a brilliant chief support on a huge night of boxing, November 29th in Birmingham. Gavin, firstly, and listen, you two, I mean, there's been a lot said, so let's not quiet down now. It's here. I know you've been calling for this a long time. You believe you won the first fight. Let's talk about that.
And you believe I won the first fight. Remember, you called me, you were like, Gav, we've got to get this back on. I believe you won it. You dragged me back in the ring after it.
I told you, what I did is I told you, you will fight him again. And I knew that when they left that night, they wanted to fight you again. I give him the props of knowing it was very early in his career.
It was too early, and obviously we found out that on the night, like, being a championship fighter and like going against elite level opposition is totally different to going against average journeymen. Like, I don't know, Jeff Ford is not a journeyman, but he's an average sort of fighter, whereas myself, I'm a championship fighter. It's totally different kettle of fish, like, so
You obviously watched that fight back. When you look back, what do you see from that fight?
It was a good fight, look. It was back and forth the first couple of rounds, but then from like 3 or 4 rounds onwards, I took over and I dragged him into my sort of fight. And like I've said to him, if he stands there and trades with me, it'll be an early night. I think in the next fight now, obviously he's teamed up with Ben Davidson, who's a great trainer, and Ben have had me up there sparring with his boys, so he knows that I'm no pushover sort of thing. So they're going to try and outbox me on the back foot and box and move sort of thing, because on an interview with Charlie Parsons, he said that he's going to stand in the pocket and trade with me, and if he does that, it's going to be a very painful night for himself.
I'll come back to you shortly. Cameron, you stand by that? You willing to stand in the pocket? Is that the instructions?
He's smiling with it, I know for a fact.
Of course. No, listen, there's going to be times in the fight where I've got to sit in that pocket. I'm well aware of that. But I believe I won the first fight. I won it unanimously. And people have a difference of opinion, that's fine. People don't think I won that fight. That's why we're here this time around, to make sure there's no dispute. I believe I'm a year more mature, a year better, a year stronger. Like you said, maybe it was a fight, maybe too early, but I've got more experience under my belt now. I've done the rounds, and I believe it'll be a different fight this time around. I'm excited.
Obviously, last time you had to face that, element of controversy. Some people you thought you won, some people thought you lost as well. Difficult night for you, although you come away as the victor as well, but an incredible learning experience at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I think my resume is like no other for a prospect with under 10 fights. But I do also think that's why prospects are scared to take that risk, scared of the stick that they're going to get on the back of it. But listen, it can only make us better, and November 29th I will be better, and I'll put on a masterclass performance. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a lot of respect for Gav. Obviously he's done great things in the sport, but it's my time now, and he's going to find out.
I know you're someone that backs yourself, and you have got bundles of skill as well. When you envisage this fight, this time around, you think you can make it a lot easier, and I guess that's the hope, particularly of the team.
Yeah, definitely. I was a baby the first time round, and to be honest, I only called them out because Sam to install this too. I watched 30 seconds of it and I went, yeah, I'll have it. Being young, confident, maybe a little bit overconfident, but I've learned a lot since then, and I'm a different fighter now, and he's going to find that out, and everyone else will see as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's exactly a year later, same opponent, same venue, on a big card, and I'm here to stay.
Different result this time. Yeah.
Do you think at that extra year, I mean, obviously he's matured as a fighter, he's had a couple more fights, and the experience of being in with you as well, makes a difference in your mind?
Yeah, it probably is. Like, obviously you've had another decent fight in Jordan Flynn as well, and he went on to stop Jordan, but me and Jordan are totally different styles, but that, obviously, the extra year going in the ring with me is gonna make a massive difference to Cameron. Like I said at the start of the first fight, like, he got massive balls for jumping in the ring with me. Like, no, you don't see no other prospect doing that. Like, I've struggled to get a fight all year. I had to pay out of my own pocket a couple of months to have a 6-rounder. Like, so, you got to take your hat off to Cameron for taking the first fight. But obviously, we seen what happened in the first fight. So I think this time round, if he does like come and have a war with me, because that's what he's going to have to do to win over the public. Because what he done last time, he was just running about, and I had to chase him about the ring, sort of thing. So he's got to come and try and prove himself, sort of thing.
Is that one of the things you do very well against fighters? Obviously, who's slick and you know, likes to sometimes counterpunch. You have to keep the pressure on him and try
and that's one of my pluses as a fighter. Like, I'm always game. I always got a good chin. Always got a good engine. So that's one of my games. So with someone like Cameron, I just got to try and grind him down, sort of thing, and drag him into my sort of fight. Like, do you know what I mean?
and having been in there with him before and physicality,
that's going to help.
Get to him.
Yeah, that's
well
good.
and end the fight.
That's going to help me out. Obviously, he's a back foot fighter. When he comes, he can't like come forward to me because he hasn't got that sort of devastating knockout power where he can't hold me off, sort of thing. So he's got to move around the ring and use his feet, sort of thing. Yeah.
No devastating power. Can't hold your feet. I mean, in your mind, you've shared the ring with him as well. Capable of hurting him. Capable of getting him out of there.
Definitely. It's a catch-22. He said I've got no power, but I took that piggy patty shit all night, so...
Yeah, but why didn't you stand there and trade me last time? You just run away from me the whole fight. I was chasing him from one side of the ring to the other.
Listen, we've all seen the first fight.
You may as well have running trainers on. The amount of miles you've done that night. You were running from me all night. Boom, boom, boom.
I don't need to get...
I literally put my hands behind my back at one time. I even got a photo laughing at you. At one time I turned to Eddie and I was smirking at you, wasn't I? I was just laughing. I was enjoying myself in it.
Now listen, I don't need to get into no back and forth for no Instagram likes or views. We're going to fight in 6 weeks' time. And this man's going to find out. And back to the building site he'll go, so it is what it is. We're going to fight, he's going to get it dealt with, and I'll go on to bigger and better things. And like I said, maybe at work on Monday.
Gav says effectively he'll end your career or something. I
have been back on the building site for the past like 6-7 months, so it's no different to me. So it is what it is. But
I'm not going back to them building sites.
You're going to have to after this one, because I'm going to knock you out. Yeah.
Gav, I know what this sport means to you, and you take these challenges very seriously, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, people like you are so important for I'm not talking about the development of young guys' career. I'm talking about a championship fighter.
Yeah.
This isn't about developing a prospect. This is about seeing if Cameron Vuong is good enough to go to the world levels that we believe he is as a young fighter. You're there to spoil the party.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I'm not going to be world champion. Look, I've won British, Commonwealth, European titles. I'm a good domestic fighter, sort of thing. Like, I'm never going to go on and win a world title, but I give absolutely everything to the sport because I love it, sort of thing. And for someone to come in and beat me, you know they're going to be at a decent level and they're going to go on and win world titles, like the likes of Joe Cordina, James Tennyson, Mark Chamberlain. They're all good fighters who beat me. Obviously, Cameron beat me as well.
You don't think he's at that level?
Not at the moment, right now, no. I don't think he's on that sort of level, no.
Well, finally, from both of you, Cameron, November 29, a very important fight for your career, but one you can really get your teeth into. Massive night, co-main event on a huge card, ready to show the world how great you are.
Definitely 100%. Thank you to yourself, Frank Smith, Sam Jones, Ben Davison, Lee Wiley. November 29th is going to be a special night for me. I feel like this fight's been lingering over us. It's been like a bit of a monkey on my back, so I'm looking forward to put this to bed, close this chapter and move on.
Well, and Gav, we know what you're coming with, mate. Same every time.
And come for war. And come for war and taking heads. Yeah. So, yeah, tune in.
Well, we cannot wait. Exactly the fights we want to make. Respect to Cameron and the team for taking it, as always. Respect to Gavin Gwynne as well. Value for money every time. This will be a brilliant fight on a brilliant night of boxing, headlined by Ben Whittaker, November 29th.